Welcome to Bible in a Year with Scott Purcell. I'm so glad you're joining me. This is a daily reading of portions of the Bible, following a plan that will include the entire Bible in a year. And now, let's open the book and begin our readings. This is the reading for day 112. If your reading is aligned with the calendar year and a non-leap year, this is for April 22nd, or in a leap year for April 21st. The Old Testament reading is from Joshua chapter 1 and chapter 2. Joshua chapter 1. After the death of Moses, the servant of Yahweh, Yahweh said to Joshua son of Nun, the assistant of Moses, saying, "My servant Moses is dead. Get up and cross the Jordan, you and all this people, into the land that I am giving to them, to the Israelites. Every place that the soles of your feet will tread, I have given it to you, as I promised to Moses. From the wilderness and the Lebanon up to the great river, the river Euphrates, all of the land of the Hittites, and up to the great sea in the west will be your territory. No one will stand before you all the days of your life. Just as I was with Moses, so will I be with you. I will not fail you, and I will not forsake you. Be strong and courageous, for you will give the people this land as an inheritance that I swore to their ancestors to give them. Only be strong and very courageous to observe diligently the whole law that Moses my servant commanded you. Do not turn aside from it to the right or left, so that you may succeed wherever you go. The scroll of this law will not depart from your mouth. You will meditate on it day and night, so that you may observe diligently all that is written in it, for then you will succeed in your ways and prosper. Did I not command you? Be strong and courageous. Do not fear or be dismayed, for Yahweh your God is with you wherever you go." Then Joshua commanded the officers of the people, saying, "Pass through the midst of the camp and command the people, prepare your provisions. In 3 days you are to cross the Jordan to go possess the land that Yahweh your God is giving you to possess." To the Reubenites, the Gadites, and the half-tribe of Manasseh, Joshua said, "Remember the word that Moses, Yahweh's servant, commanded you, saying, Yahweh your God is giving rest to you, and he is giving you this land. Your wives, your little children, and your livestock, they will remain in the land that Moses gave to you beyond the Jordan. All of the best fighting men will cross armed in front of your families. They will help you until Yahweh gives rest to your families as well as to you. They will take possession of the land that Yahweh your God is giving to them. Then you will return to your own land and take possession of it, the land that Moses, the servant of Yahweh, gave you beyond the Jordan to the east." And they answered Joshua, saying, "All that you have commanded us we will do, and wherever you will send us we will go. Just as we obeyed Moses, so we will obey you. Only may Yahweh your God be with you, as he was with Moses. Whoever rebels against your orders and does not obey your words according to what you commanded us will be put to death. Only be strong and courageous." Joshua chapter 2. Then Joshua son of Nun secretly sent 2 men from Acacia Grove as spies, saying, "Go, view the land, especially Jericho." So they went and entered the house of a prostitute whose name was Rahab, and spent the night there. The king of Jericho was told, "Look, some men from the Israelites have come here tonight to search out the land." And the king of Jericho sent for Rahab, saying, "Send out the men who came to you, the ones who have entered your house, for they have come to search out the whole land." But the woman took the 2 men and hid them. And she said, Yes, the men came to me, but I did not know where they were from. And when it was time to shut the gate for the night, the men left, and I do not know where they went. Chase after them quickly, for you may catch up to them. But she had taken them to the roof, and had hidden them in the stalks of flax that she spread out on the roof. So the men chased after them on the way to the Jordan at the fords, and they shut the gate behind the pursuers that had gone out after them. Before they went to sleep, she came up to them on the roof and said to the men, I know that Yahweh has given you the land, and that dread of you has fallen on us, and that all the inhabitants of the land melt away in fear because of your presence. For we have heard how Yahweh dried up the waters of the Red Sea before you when you went out from Egypt, and what you did to the 2 kings of the Amorites that were beyond the Jordan, Sihon and Og, whom you utterly destroyed. We heard this, and our hearts melted, and no courage was left in anyone because of your presence. For Yahweh your God is God in the heavens above and on the earth below. So then, please swear to me by Yahweh, because I have shown loyalty to you, and you will also show loyalty to my family. You must give me a sign of good faith, and you will spare my father and mother, my brothers and sisters, and all that belongs to them. You will deliver our lives from death. And the men said to her, Our lives for yours. If you do not report this business of ours, we will show you loyalty and faithfulness when Yahweh gives us the land. Then she lowered them with a rope through the window, as her house was on the outer side of the wall, and she was residing in the wall. And she said to them, Go to the mountain, so that the pursuers will not find you, and hide yourselves there 3 days until the pursuers return, and afterward you may go on your way. The men said to her, We will be released from this oath of yours that you made us swear. When we come to the land, you must tie this scarlet cord in the window through which you let us down, and you must gather your father and mother and your brothers and your whole family to your house. If anyone goes outside the doors of your house, they will be responsible for their own death, and we will be innocent. Anyone who will be with you in the house, we will be responsible for their death if a hand is laid on them. But if you report this business of ours, we will be released from your oath that you made us swear. And she said, According to your word it will be. Then she sent them away, and they went, and she tied the scarlet cord in the window. They departed and came to the mountain, and they stayed there 3 days until the pursuers returned. The pursuers searched all along the way, but did not find them. The 2 men returned and went down from the mountain, and they crossed over and came to Joshua son of Nun, and they told him everything that happened to them. They said to Joshua, Surely Yahweh has given all the land into our hand. Also, all the inhabitants of the land melt away in fear because of our presence. The New Testament reading is from Luke 21, beginning with verse 5 through verse 38. Luke 21:5. And while some were speaking about the temple, that it was adorned with precious stones and votive offerings, he said, As for these things that you see, days will come in which not one stone will be left on another stone that will not be thrown down. And they asked him, saying, Teacher, when therefore will these things happen? And what will be the sign when these things are about to take place? And he said, Watch out that you are not deceived, for many will come in my name, saying, I am he, and the time is near. Do not go after them. And when you hear about wars and insurrections, do not be terrified, for these things must happen first, but the end will not be at once." Then he said to them, "Nation will rise up against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be great earthquakes and famines and plagues in various places. There will be terrible sights and great signs from heaven. But before all these things, they will lay their hands on you and will persecute you, handing you over to the synagogues and prisons. You will be brought before kings and governors because of my name. This will turn out to you for a time of witness. Therefore, make up your minds not to prepare in advance to speak in your own defense. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom that all your opponents will not be able to resist or contradict. And you will be handed over, even by parents and brothers and relatives and friends, and they will put to death some of you. And you will be hated by all because of my name. Even a hair of your head will never perish. By your patient endurance you will gain your lives. But when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, then know that its desolation has come near. Then those in Judea must flee to the mountains, and those inside it must depart, and those in the fields must not enter into it, because these are days of vengeance, so that all the things that are written can be fulfilled. Woe to those who are pregnant and to those who are nursing their babies in those days, for there will be great distress on the earth and wrath against this people. And they will fall by the edge of the sword and will be led captive into all the nations, and Jerusalem will be trampled down by the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles are fulfilled. And there will be signs in the sun and moon and stars. And on earth distress of nations in perplexity from the noise of the sea and its surging, people fainting from fear and expectation of what is coming on the inhabited earth, for the powers of the heavens will be shaken. And then they will see the Son of Man arriving in a cloud with power and great glory. But when these things begin to happen, stand up straight and raise your heads, because your redemption is drawing near." And he told them a parable. "Look at the fig tree and all the trees. When they put out foliage, now you see for yourselves and know that by this time the summer is near. So also you, when you see these things happening, know that the kingdom of God is near. Truly I say to you that this generation will never pass away until all things take place. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away. But take care for yourselves, lest your hearts are weighed down with dissipation and drunkenness and the worries of daily life, and that day come upon you suddenly like a trap. For it will come upon all who reside on the face of the whole earth. But be alert at all times, praying that you may have strength to escape all these things that are going to happen, and to stand before the Son of Man." So throughout the days he was teaching in the temple courts, and throughout the nights he was going out and spending the night on the hill that is called the Mount of Olives. And all the people were getting up very early in the morning to come to him in the temple courts to listen to him. The wisdom literature reading is from Proverbs chapter 10, verses 11 through 20. Proverbs 10:11. A fountain of life is a mouth of righteousness, and a mouth of wickedness conceals violence. Hatred stirs up strife, but love covers over all offenses. On the lips of one who has understanding, wisdom is found, but a rod is for the back of one who lacks sense. Those who are wise lay up knowledge, but to the mouth of the fool ruin draws near. The wealth of the rich is the city of his strength. The ruin of the poor is their poverty. The wage of the righteous leads to life, the gain of the wicked to sin. On the path to life is he who guards instruction, but he who rejects rebuke goes astray. He who conceals hatred has lips of deceit, and he who utters slander, he is a fool. In many words, transgression is not lacking, but he who restrains his lips is prudent. Choice silver is a tongue of righteousness. A heart of wickedness is of little worth. This concludes the reading for day 112. Thank you for listening. These daily readings are made possible by your generous support of the Global Outreach Ministry of Scott Purcell. To partner with us and enable this work and others like it, please visit huttobible.com/give and select Go Pastor Support from the fund list. You can also sign up for ministry updates at scott-purcell.epistle.org/subscribe. Both of those links can be found in the podcast description. Thank you for helping us share God's Word.